What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Real Deal Sports. The usual guys are here. Myself, Brother John, and the good brother Walter.
I
What
apologize,
up?
people. The wife decided she wanted to switch at the last damn minute. Jesus, man, Joseph, man.
You pull your chair out from under you?
Look, this is what. Don't get married. That's all I'm gonna say. Don't get married.
Wow, okay. All righty. Well, what's up, guys? How you guys doing, man?
Good.
Basketball. With some, game 7.
Got some good eating in yesterday. Everybody probably eating today, but
No, well, John, we don't know how it is, but in a black community, we eat. You'll eat them leftovers for a couple days. Today, tomorrow, Tuesday.
I've been eating the same freaking meal for like 4 meals. I bought a quesadilla the other day, and the sucker was so huge. I've been eating it for like 4. I just keep tossing it in, and then she's over there like, "Hey, you gonna wash them dishes?" And I'm looking around like, I ain't made dishes in 4 meals, so all them dishes ain't mine. So like, now you keep making dishes, and I gotta wash them after you. Like, she's like, "You ain't been cooking, you ain't been doing dishes." I'm like, "Yeah, but I've been eating." So like,
Hey, it be like that. Ain't no point of
No, I eat the same stuff all the time if I like it.
Hey, I feel you.
oh well, yeah. Happy holidays to everybody out there too. Happy Memorial Day. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? I don't know how everybody else celebrate, but we throw something on the grill real quick, and then we chill, kick a couple back. You know what I'm saying? I did that yesterday. I ain't do that today. Man. It's recovery day. But yeah, happy holidays to everybody. Oh, and I also have to make a public apology about my comments I made on the last show about calling LeBron, the B word.
Let's not go back.
So I'm gonna make a public apology on that. I apologize. I didn't mean it like that. It was just our emotions got the best of me, so I apologize.
Okay. All right. I like where this is going. All right. So
it's Monday off like that.
So while we kicking Mondays off, man, let's start with the Shield. DeAndre Hopkins, one of the best receivers, really, since he's been in the NFL, has been cut by the Arizona Cardinals. Now, for reasons we don't know, because when that's your best receiving option, pretty much. Where else you gonna go? Yeah, you got Hollywood Brown, and I don't really know who else you got there. But for you to let him go, it either says they're looking to go another way, or he wasn't ready to reconstruct his contract. So with that being said, now that DeAndre is in the market, where do you guys see him going?
Well, I mean, he's got to go somewhere. I'd like maybe Kansas City.
They say he want to go somewhere warm or a contender. So Kansas City may be perfect.
Right, that's a lot of options. There's a lot of people say, the Giants, Detroit, teams like that. I don't think Detroit. I think they have their receiving core. I think they like their receiving core. They might add some small pieces. They're not trying to go big with D-Hop and all like that. I think they're trying to build something there, because you forget, like, their quarterback is still young. Like, I know he went to a Super Bowl already, but like, he's still got years ahead of him. So, it's not like Detroit's trying to win it all right now. I think they're trying to build something special that lasts for a couple years. It just isn't getting broken up in a few years. So I don't think D-Hop fits that. The Giants, I don't think, I think after the run they had last year, I think they are in more of a win now situation. I don't think, so they just signed their quarterback to a massive contract. So I could actually see him possibly going there more. And then, of course, Buffalo and Kansas City are favorites. I don't know if Buffalo can afford him. I don't know what he's asking or what kind of contract. But after I think Kansas City. I think Kansas City or the Giants. That's my two picks. I just after he sat the last two games last year when he was fully healthy, I think the team got upset about that. He made comments that he didn't want to play with no backup quarterback, Colt McCoy.
I mean, you gotta think about it. He's been doing that since he's been in Houston. So he like, bro, I'm sick of this shit.
I thought they benched him. I thought they benched him to rest him because they were like, well, there's no point in losing D-Hop in 2 games that don't matter. But apparently,
I would have said too.
Apparently, he sat himself. Well, I mean, you don't get that choice when you're getting paid that kind of money. You don't get the choice.
Yeah, but
the
if
team
we ain't going to the playoffs,
we're sitting you, and I thought they chose to sit him, but apparently he chose to sit those 2 games, and sounds like they might have been upset about that. So I don't know what the situation is. So I know that reflects other teams. Like this guy's willing to sit if he doesn't get the pieces he wants. Yeah. I know people will think of that, but I mean, yeah, if you got Pat Mahomes, shoot, this guy don't get hurt. You know what I mean? Like this guy, knock on wood, but I mean, this guy stays healthy, man. Like Brady, like a lot of the other greats, like they're like LeBron, whatever. Like one of the things that comes with them is availability. They have this great record because they're always available. So Pat Mahomes is one of them guys. I'd like to see him go Kansas City, but I think Giants are a second spot.
Real quick before you go, Walt, he was set to make 19 this year and 14 next year. The Cardinals will eat $21 million in dead cap after releasing them. So,
which kind of speaks to like it felt personal, because that's what makes me think it was more personal. Because like you could have just let him sit there for as long as you wanted and just kept making trade offers until you finally got something. The fact that you're eating all this cap space and got nothing in return, that feels personal. Kind of like the old Celtics coach getting fired. It felt like that.
Yeah. Go ahead, Walt. What you got?
Yeah, just kind of feeding off, I guess, what John was saying. Just based off of the teams that he was saying that he wanted to go to. I mean, honestly, I felt like his best fit, like he was saying, will definitely be the Chiefs or the Bills. They was possibly saying like maybe the Patriots as well, but that's kind of like still kind of going back to the young core, having a young core quarterback at Matt Jones. I'm not saying that he's the same concept as Colt McCoy because he's definitely better than Colt McCoy, but I mean, I still feel like the Patriots are, missing a few pieces toward they're not really a contender, especially since he's saying that he wants to go to a contending team. Now, he did mention that the Browns were possibly a landing spot because, him and Deshaun Watson got some type of history and they're still close. But he was still
to Clemson.
Yes. And, of course, they played at, Texas as well. Mm-hmm. So, the Texans, I'm sorry. So, they still kind of they were going back and forth, possibly trying to see if he can possibly land that. Me personally, I would love to see that, go alongside with him and him and Cooper, what I'm saying, those two together. That would definitely help out the receiving core for sure and definitely open up our running game as well, even though our running game should be opening up our passing game for real, my personal opinion, but I'm not the coach. So, definitely, I would love to see him come here because, why not? You feel me? But he's saying that we're not really a contending team, which I don't understand how. I mean, which we are a contending team. It's just that we just don't really execute like how we're supposed to. We look good on paper, but like how we got all the pieces you need, but we just don't execute on the field for some reason. So, I mean, his comments on that, I mean, I was a little confused on. But like I said, I get what he's saying because he said you want to go somewhere warm. Cleveland definitely ain't warm, what I'm saying, throughout the football season. So, I mean, it's going to be real cold here, especially during this, December, November, and January. So, I'm not sure if he's really actually if he's actually even played in the cold actually in his career, I should say. I think he's always been either somewhere hot, Arizona or Houston or wherever. So
he went to college where it was kind of cold.
Oh yeah,
but I don't know if they get Midwest cold.
Yeah, I was about to say that Cleveland and like Chicago cold, that's completely different than Clemson for real. So, like I said, in reality, more than likely he's going to probably, like I said, like John said, he's going to go to the Bills or the Chiefs, and I definitely feel like the Chiefs will definitely be a good spot for him. But that just goes to say, what's up with Arizona? Like John was saying, man, what personal things do they have going on for them just to let go of their top tier receiver, man? Because their receiving core just got pretty much weakened right now. I mean, no disrespect to Hollywood Brown, but that's the only person that's over there, with my eyes, that I know a name of, I should say. You feel me? And that's no disrespect. Maybe I'm just my lack of knowledge, but still, like, Arizona's receiving core just ain't up there right now. So, I mean, especially like with them kind of being like a top team these last couple of years. So, I mean, it just seemed like that whole organization has just had a lot of things going on, you know, from coaching to the players and everything. It just seemed like they really haven't been seeing eye to eye. So, they might have to make some drastic changes when it comes to like the coaches, or where they can't really get rid of their quarterback because they already paid him. So, it might have to be the coach. So, I don't know. We're going to have to see what's going on in Arizona, but I do see D-Hop going either to the Chiefs or the Bills, though, even though I would love for him to come to the land.
I think the current favorite Dallas right now. But
oh, yeah, they said Dallas, too. My fault. Yeah, they did say Dallas as well.
But I think the thing is, as far as him leaving, you do want to go somewhere where you're not. I think walking into, you know, a place like Dallas, you probably second, third receiver, you know, because of course they got CD and Brandon Cooks, who also is coming from the Texans. To be honest, I don't think the Bills need him because you need a running back. You got all these passing receivers, but you can't run the ball. You live in Buffalo. You play in Buffalo. 9 times out of 10, when they come to playoffs, you're going to be playing in the cold. Like, come on, bro. Put you a running back. Stop looking at all these receivers. A team that could use them, though, I would say Miami. Because, I mean, you're you know, with Tariq and Waddle, you're small.
I don't know. What about Tua, your quarterback, though? Like,
what about who?
The quarterback. My quarterback healthy.
I think he'll be all right. I think he can. I'm not sure. But I think they just lost Gesicki, the tight end, which was a big body option. He goes to New England. Why not bring in a DeAndre Hopkins for those goal line jump ball situations? You need it. And then if Tua can stay healthy, you know, they're right in the thick of things. I think New York, you know, I think they have too much going on. They got enough, you know, with Lazard and Randall Cobb and Garrett Wilson. You know, you got a nice receiving core. Although Randall Cobb is a little up in age, you don't really need him like that. Maybe that third down option, get the first down.
So he's still a good possession receiver, though, for sure.
Yeah. No, he is, 100%. Detroit, I think Detroit's still trying to figure things out. Yeah, they ended the year good, but I think offensively, you know, you just let go of your 2 running backs from last year. So that tells me, you know, you're quick to make decisions. Because when they let go of Jamal Williams and Swift, I'm like, why would you? One of them had 18 touchdowns a year ago. Why would you not re-sign him? You just let him go to New Orleans. I'm like, that didn't make sense. And nothing against David Montgomery, but you bring him in after you let him go, and then you trade Swift. What are you doing? And then you get the speed back from Alabama. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't think Detroit really know what they're doing either. They just hoping, you know, like they say, we're going to just throw it up and see what sticks. But to be honest, I don't know. I don't know where he could go.
Come on to the land, my boy.
But don't y'all have enough?
No.
You got Amari Cooper.
So where's he going?
We just have Cooper. That's it.
You got Cooper and Njoku and Peoples-Jones. You just got Elijah Moore from the Jets.
Elijah Moore is not a big body receiver, though. He's a speedy receiver.
You got Njoku for that.
I mean, I don't know. Njoku, I mean, his last season was great, but I just feel like, you know, Hop can make a big difference. He'll take a lot a lot of pressure off of these guys who's not really used to that. I should say yet.
Now, what if he say no because it's cold?
I mean, that's fine. He already said like he's pretty much saying no. I'm just throwing it out there. Like, hey, I would love for you to come here. That's all I'm saying.
Now, I would say this: he should go to Baltimore. He should, because
that'd definitely be a surprise move. But I see where you're going with that, though.
Because I think him and Mark Andrews, that'd be an ugly tandem on that goal line, and then Lamar still can do Lamar.
Why are you trying to bash my division, man? Come on.
I'm not trying to bash your division.
But why you
I ain't gonna lie. Your division nice.
It is. It's a very tough division.
Where would you put y'all in that division? Just going off topic.
GP to start the
like right now on paper.
Number 3,
Cleveland Browns.
Number 3.
Who is number 1 and 2?
Cincinnati and Baltimore.
Oh, okay. All right. That's honest. That's
real talk.
No, it is though. 100%. Go ahead, John.
I would say, like, if you were a fan, I don't want to say 10 years ago, like 8 years ago, 7 years ago, it would be fun to be a Ravens fan if Beckham and Hopkins lined up.
How many years ago you say?
Like 7, 8 years ago, when these two were like killing the league.
Has Odell been in the NFL that long?
Yeah, he actually has. Yeah.
7 years?
I don't know. He's 20. He's 30 now. He's got to have been in 6 years. I'll say 6 years ago.
It's been about 6 years.
Because I'm just saying, like, if you were a fan, like, yeah, he's been since 2014, so almost 9 years ago. So yeah, if this is like a Madden throwback to 8 years ago, man. That's like, if you can imagine having those two on your team, that would have been a dream 8 years ago. But yeah. I think it could still work out. I think only problem is they both want as many touches as they can get. And it's going to be tough for Lamar, a guy who doesn't throw as much as a lot of other quarterbacks, to get all those touches to them and Mark Andrews. That's why I just don't see Baltimore working out. They could, but I don't think they're going to be happy there. I don't think they're both going to be able. I don't think you'll be able to make both of them happy. And I think at this point, happiness is a big deal with D-Hop, clearly, because if playing with Kyler Murray, healthy Kyler Murray, was the biggest deal, then Kyler Murray could just say, "Hey, man, you know what? I'm gonna stay healthy. I'm gonna try to be healthy. I'm gonna be there for you. Blah blah. I'm gonna have his guys back." And he could have told the Cardinals, like, "No, I need this guy." So if anything else, if Kyler Murray didn't even come stand up for him, then either one of two things: either Kyler and him didn't get along, as well as the management, or we could see Kyler be leaving the Cardinals in a year or two. Like we could see him gone because maybe Arizona's thinking about moving on from him too. Maybe he did stick up for his guy, and Arizona's like, "Yeah, well, we're getting rid of you too." But
no, that's a real possibility.
Right. So either Kyler's going to be gone soon, or him and Kyler didn't get wrong. So I think happiness is a big deal with D-Hop right now. He wants to be somewhere where he's getting his touches. I think that's Kansas City. I think Kansas City, he can be that guy who can go be 1,000-yard receiver in Kansas City. I don't think he's trying to be a 600-yard receiver. I don't think he wants to be a goal line receiver like Julio Jones for the Buccaneers last year. That's not what he's trying to do. Like, this guy's trying to put up numbers. He's trying to prove that he is still that guy. So I think it's got to be Kansas City and Giants too. Do you guys have a final two that you think he's for sure going to? I mean, for me, I truly believe he's going to one of those two teams.
You said the Giants or
I think he's going to Kansas City number 1 and then Giants 2. But do you guys have a top 2 that you think he's going to?
Why do you say the Giants?
I think because their receiving core is a bunch of guys you've never heard of. And it's a bunch of guys I enjoyed watching. You got Shepard. I'm not naming them all, but you get the point. You got a bunch of guys who had really big games here and there, but no one really took the top off game to game. I think
that's why they went after the tight end in Vegas. I think that's why they went after him.
Darren Waller?
Yeah, because they knew.
Yeah, but that guy can't stay healthy. No offense.
No. I'm not saying he's the answer. I'm just saying that's why they went out.
But I think they have to go get that receiver that, every game guy. I think the other guys fill in where they can. You have your big game here and there, that's fine, but we needed someone who can have 60 to 120 yards every game.
Yeah.
And I think that's why the Giants for me are number 2. But do you guys have a top 2 that he's going to?
I mean, I'll have to I agree with one of them with you, the Chiefs, and my second one. Of course, I'm like I said, I'm going to say Cleveland, honestly, because I mean, his other option is Eagles. I mean, 49ers maybe, but the Jets are already stacked at the receiver core. The Cowboys are already stacked at the receiving core. Bills, they're not that stacked, but like Nico said, they need more of a running back. I feel like than a receiver at this point. So yeah, I have to say either Chiefs or Browns for sure.
Yeah.
Going to the AFC, huh? Where's it going, Nico?
I could see a surprise like the 49ers or something.
If he did go, because I mean, just how stacked they are. I mean, but I don't know, but him,
because it's just like
him really not knowing what Trey Lance is about, though. I mean,
they don't have a salary cap. It's like where's
and aren't they still trying to ship Trey Lance?
Huh?
Aren't they still like offering trades for Trey Lance, or did they finally close the door?
I think so, yeah.
See their guy.
That's what I'm saying. They don't know if they're gonna go with Purdy, Trey Lance. So that's what I'm saying. I mean, I'm not sure if they're gonna go. They have too many QB problems right now with the 49ers. So I mean, I'm pretty sure he don't want to deal with that. So,
but I think I don't know. I don't know, man.
I know. You got to just be bold prediction, man.
I said it earlier. I said San Fran, but no, seriously, I really don't know. I
got you.
I can see him ending up in San Fran. Golden State and them 49ers, they don't have a salary cap. NBA just be like, go ahead, do y'all.
Kick that can down the road.
Right, exactly.
Really long road.
Hey, what they saying? LA F them picks.
It's like that. It's like that runway from that Fast and Furious where they were chasing that plane for about 9 miles.
Yeah,
it's like that. It's that runway. They just keep down that sucker.
So ain't no telling. I hope wherever he goes, he can for the first time in his career be on a contender, because being in Houston, it was like, yeah, you'll make the playoffs, but you won't be there long. Arizona, it's like, if you make the playoffs, you definitely won't be there.
And the upside of the Ravens going and getting him would be, we actually haven't seen Odell play in 2 years. At least we did get to see D-Hop play last year. Yeah. So he's got a little more on tape recently than Odell. So yeah, I mean,
that's true.
Good fit for the Ravens.
Next topic: LSU star and former NCAA champion Alexis Morris says older players should retire to make room for the rookies.
Go sit your old age down.
Wow. That's how you going?
I'm just talking.
Wow. Okay. Well, we're gonna start this topic off with John. He is the big supporter of the WNBA and just women's basketball in general.
So you got two of them.
Basketball in general. I just like basketball. I ain't getting no NBA during the.
But we have discussed before that you said you would rather go to a WNBA game over an NBA game. Am I right?
Yeah, because they're cheaper. I ain't rich.
Nah, never mind. Wow.
Wow. Hang on. So listen. What we just talked about, NFL. It's been a quiet NFL offseason. I mean, last offseason, remember, it was big. I mean, somehow Aaron Rodgers was in the news every week. We had, athletes driving 150 miles an hour, all that nonsense, whatever. This year has been pretty quiet. So, I mean, whatever. That's the same with WNBA. Like, in the summer, I need my basketball, so I go watch the WNBA. I mean, I'm not. But with this, the biggest question is, because, you do have your Diana Taurasi's who are like LeBron. They just keep hanging around, breaking scoring records. And it's like, all right, we get it. You got all the records. You're going to retire? Because is Diana Taurasi really going to win a championship this year? I don't. No one thinks so. No one really thinks so. So she's clearly hanging around, because she enjoys the game, and possibly just to break as many records as she can while she's there. But So yeah, there is an argument that some of the players could step aside. They're just holding spots because whatever they just don't whatever they enjoy the work, they enjoy the game, whatever reason is. But I guess, and Alexis Morris came out and said it. What probably a lot of other younger players were thinking. I mean, the Chicago Sky cut all their draft picks, right? I think we had 2 or 3. We cut all of them. So I think she just said what a lot of players were thinking. I'm a little surprised she apologized, but I wonder if she thinks that maybe it's the only way she gets back in is if she apologizes, because a lot of the older players aren't going to want to play with her if she gets on one of them teams and they're like, oh, you the one who said all this stuff. But she like in college they called her Lex Luthor. She wanted to play like the villain, right? That's who she wanted to be. So good for her sticking by who she is, I guess, if that's who you want to be. But I understand why she apologized as well. I mean, it's we heard a lot of apologies from players who aren't in the league trying to get back in, and then as soon as they get back in, they're like, "Oh, I never meant none of that." It's like, all right, whatever, that's fine. But so I guess the real question here, and I'll just open up to you guys, is it time for the WNBA to expand? Do they need to add 2 more teams, 4 more teams? Because almost every single team cut their rookies this year. So like that whole rookie class was just nothing. Like, what was the point of this whole last rookie class? Were they all really trash? I think the WNBA does hang on to players way past their prime because they don't want to hurt their feelings or whatever it is. And then you have some coaches who don't mind hurting anyone's feelings. You got one of the coaches just got suspended for saying some stuff to one of her players, but we ain't gonna talk about that. But
I'm gonna say it.
You can't, whatever.
Leave that alone, dog.
That's a topic for
allegedly. I'm just saying that's a little bit cruel if that is true. Allegedly, I'm just saying.
I mean, it was investigated, and so it seems like she must have said it. But the point is, like, is it time I guess that's the real question. Is it time for them to expand? And here's the thing. They're already losing money. And WNBA loses money every year. So how much, you can expand, would that you have to, but it has to be the right expansion. It can't be more money losses. It has to be places that want a team, will support a team, and can actually bring the league up financially. So, that's the, as a business move, you have to make those right decisions. But I think that's the real question: should they expand?
I mean, I definitely think the answer to that, they definitely need to expand. But like you just said, it's just, do they have the money to actually expand? Because, it's just a lot of people don't support the WNBA as much as they support the NBA, I should say. And and what's so crazy is a lot more women actually support the NBA more than they actually support the WNBA, which is crazy. It's just your own people not really supporting your own, your whole foundation, in my opinion. You feel me? So, like last year, they just said that what was that, the Vegas game, the Las Vegas Aces, and who the fuck was just in the championship last year? I just had a brain fart. But anyways, my point is, whoever they just played last year, they said that was the highest views in WNBA in like almost like 5 years. I think it was like 810 views or something like that. Pretty much what I'm trying to say is they have to get everybody to support them to be able to expand, to get those expansion teams, to get more people in the league so they can start actually paying these players. So that's always been the issue with the WNBA, is just money issues, financing. Is trying to get, the proper sponsors or whatever before they can get these women paid in the league, I should say. But they don't have enough support. So like I said, I would like to see an expansion team, but it's just where's the money going to come from? That's the real question, I should say, that we need to be asking, is where that money's going to come from. Either it's going to be from the NBA guys stepping up and maybe trying to get some more of their money, which that's technically not their responsibility, but that'll also help grow, more money for them to be able to, pay their players or whatever, get more courts. Because I think the Las Vegas Sky are the first team to get a practice facility or something like that this year.
Yeah, something like that.
So,
Who?
The Las Vegas. I said Las
the
Vegas.
Aces.
I'm sorry.
The
Vegas
Aces.
Aces. I apologize. The Aces. I think they
I'm
just
like, dang, it's a new team I ain't know.
they just got
I see
their
that.
first practice facility, which I don't understand. Why is it taking so long for everybody to get a practice facility when that's supposed to be kind of something that's supposed to have day one? You feel me? So, real question is where the money's going to come from, in my opinion. So, I mean, it's just they're going to need outside help some way somehow. But I mean, I'm just not sure exactly how they're going to get it. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, yeah, Alexis Moore. I mean, does she have a point about maybe some of these older women need to retire? Maybe, but I mean, at the end of the day, if they can still play, I mean, shit, I'm gonna still play too. I don't give a damn how old I am. You feel me? Like
To that point,
that's my dream. I've been wanting to play ball my whole life, and I'm still doing it. So,
but to that point,
until the wheels fall off.
I told my brother this. I'm like, if I'm LeBron and I can still put a ball in the rim, I'll do it until I can't do it no more. Same thing with these WNBA players. So what, you 35, 36, 30, hey, if I can still average 10, 15, 20 points, why not still collect that check?
Right.
Even then, like LeBron, you could say like he could walk away because he's already made that money. A lot of NBA players, you make $8 million in your first year, you've already made more than these players will make in their whole lifetime. So, like, if you're making $120K to play basketball, that's not like at 35 walk off into the sunset money. You know what I mean? Like, that's still right. That's still like I got to keep working money.
Hey, for both the WNBA and NBA, if you can still play, milk the cow, milk it till you can't milk it anymore. Because let's be honest, with both of those jobs, it's not many jobs you can get where you can make this in a year, or not even a year. What they play like 5 months,
right? A couple months. Yeah.
You making this in 5-6 months. Most people don't make that in 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. So it's like, hey, do what you do. If I can still play, or if it was my sister or anything, I'd be like, bruh, milk the cow.
And you're gonna see less players willing to walk away and go play overseas. Ever since the
Brittany Grinder thing,
right? So now they're gonna be like, do I want to go make 800,000 over there, or do I want to stay here and make 150? I'm gonna stay here. So
shit, just don't smoke weed over in foreign countries. That's all you gotta do.
Just don't do nothing. Don't do nothing. Drink your
nothing.
water, eat salad, play basketball, and go
don't drink the water or drink the or
no, just drink water.
Drink the bottled water.
I thought you were saying don't drink the water in other countries. I wasn't sure.
No, hey, some countries, don't touch that damn water. But next topic, gentlemen, going from the WNBA to the NBA. Game 7, the Boston Celtics and the Miami Heat. To be honest, I ain't gonna lie, I didn't think this shit would get past 4. Because I was like, hey,
bro.
Hey, because watching, it seemed like every time Denver won, Miami was like, all right, bet, we'll match you. Then Denver win again, all right, bet, we'll match you. Denver win again, all right, bet, we'll win by 30 this time. Then it's like Denver closed it out. Miami was like, nah, we want to win in Boston. We'll give them 1. Then it's like, all right, they won in Boston. Now we're going to take it back home. We got them at home. Then it's like, all right, we got them. Game over. All right, somebody, box out. Nobody boxed out. Now we have game 7. Now, I'm going to be honest. They've been, although they're they came back. I think all the pressure's on Boston, man. Because for you to do all this and then lose 7, it would be like, what was the point? Like, you picked the wrong time to have a bad game. And I'm talking about Tatum, Brown, Smart, White. They played well in games 5 and 6. This is the game you cannot do anything bonehead. Don't try to pull up from half court. Like, bro, you're not Steph. Come on. Only one dude can really do it like that on a consistent basis. Play your game. And I think the same for Miami. Jimmy, Down, yes, down the stretch of that game
Yeah,
6,
it's about 50
he
tonight.
did well. But let's be honest, before that stretch, he was at what? 9 point, 11 point, and then he went on a quick tear, ended up with like what, 23, 24. So, you know, Jimmy, you got to get yours too tonight. You have to be a scoring option. Yes, Jason Tatum's a lot bigger. You got to do what you got to do. Like, come on, man. This is game 7. He guaranteed. He said, we're going to go to Boston and close this thing out. Should have closed it out in 5, but what do I know? I'm just a fan. And I'm enjoying every minute of it because it's good basketball. But I really feel like that pressure's on Boston because it's like you've done everything right to get here. Now you got to close the deal. If you lose tonight, it's like, well, what? You should have just lost in 5 or 6. Like, come on, bro. You got to. Miami, let's be honest, they were the AFC. People wasn't really looking at them like that.
Yeah.
But I think for them,
Miami today, I said, no, I'm letting you finish.
No, but I think, Miami, I'm going to say they were a pleasant surprise. Nobody expected them to beat Milwaukee for sure. Then after you take out the deer, it's like, all right, wherever else they go after this, you done took out the biggest animal first. Wherever you go from here is like bet.
And this is the biggest animal. Giannis was hurt the whole series, but we'll let that slide.
But still, all right, if we would all talked about it in game 1, and I would have been like, I got Miami winning, y'all probably would have laughed. Honestly.
I mean, it's fair, but I mean, after the fact of Giannis going down, it was that game.
Of course, after the fact, but I'm saying, based on paper, before game 1, nobody had Miami winning that series. And then after he gets hurt, then it's like, all right, well, hey, it's whoever scores the most points, honestly. So that's my 2 cents. Go ahead, Walt.
I gotta disagree. I'll say all the pressure is on Miami tonight, man. For real. It's all on. I mean, just based off of everything you just said, like they were supposed to close it out early, bro. Like you were up 3-0. I don't care what seed you are. You were up 3-0. 3-0. No, every team that has tried to come back from 3-0 is 0 and 152.
Nah, a lot of them, a couple of them has forced game 7, but go ahead.
Whatever. You were up 3-0. You were supposed to close this out on game 5 or game 6. All the pressure is on Miami. I'm sorry. Boston, I feel like if anybody, I won't say Tatum could have a bad game, but I do feel like this is Brown's coming out game tonight, honestly. I won't say he's been struggling. He just hasn't really been able to see the touches. But I do feel like Brown is going to have a coming out game tonight. I do feel like Tatum is going to have 25 plus, and I do feel like Brown is going to have 25 plus. I feel like this is going to be his game. But I just feel like at home, what I'm saying, the crowd is, that energy is going to be crazy. That the energy that Brown been asking for last series technically need to be in tonight's arena. Everybody from Boston need to come in tonight. So I feel like Boston got it, man. And plus, it's just I want to actually see a team come back down 0-3, though. This will be the first time in history that we see a team come back down 0-3. So why not it be Boston and I think, me and John was discussing this off camera, who I feel like is a better matchup for Denver anyway. So, hey, I want to see history be made tonight. So I want to be a believer of seeing, the first time in history somebody coming back down 0-3. So I feel like Boston taking it, and Miami's got pretty much all the pressure on them just based off of everything you just said, because they were supposed to close it out in game 5 or 6.
Go ahead, John.
Yes, all the pressure's on Miami. Come on, man. This is like Jim Irsay making a mock of the league and hiring Jeff Saturday as coach, and then him bringing Matt Ryan back, and then they go up 33-0 to prove to the league that they are them guys, and then they blow the lead. Like this is that. Like you got there. All right, you're there now. You cannot blow this. Like, yes, the pressure's on Miami. Because here's the thing. We counted Boston out. The second it was 3-0, it was like, okay, well, this is over. We're going to the finals.
No, but let's be honest, though. They were looking like trash them first 3 games. Let's be honest.
I mean, they were. They especially after that game 3, they definitely look like they quit. I was definitely
Brown,
not expecting them to come back and win 4 straight though.
I think in them 3 games, Brown was averaging like 10.
Right.
Marcus
So
Smart
coming
couldn't
into
hit.
the series, Boston had the most to lose. But now Miami definitely does, because you're that team who's gonna, when people look up years from now and say, hey, who blew the 3-0 lead? Why is it, what was it? Would you say 100 and 148 or something? Why is it
0 and 152?
Yeah. Why is it 1 in 152? Who was that one? It's going to be you. That's what you're going to be known for. You're going to be known for the guys who blew the 33-0 lead. So, like, no one remembers who beat the Colts. They just remember they blew the 33-0 lead. But, yeah, see, you're thinking. You think.
Wait, what?
No,
you
you
stay
don't.
on the NFL? I mean, the NBA.
I'm just saying, no one remembers who beat the Colts. They just remember the Colts are the ones who blew a 33-0 lead.
I remember who beat the Colts. But go ahead.
But my point is, like, the pressure's on Miami, man. Now here's the thing, Jimmy Butler, he got them Woody from Toy Story legs by this point, because he's lost Oladipo, he lost Hero, he's been out Vincent for like 2 games now, I believe.
He played 6.
Okay, but he sat just one. I thought he sat.
Yeah, he sat game 5 and played game 6.
Okay,
yeah. He had a quick 15 too. I don't know what happened after. But.
Yeah, so I mean, he did play. He started he started out hot, I think.
Yeah.
But these guys are all playing extra minutes. When I said Boston in 4, when Miami won, I said Boston in 5. When Miami won the second one, I said, okay, Boston in 6. When Miami won the third one, I was like, I don't know basketball anymore, because like these dudes are dead, man. These dudes are flat out dead. Like, they're just dead, and they're still just playing defense. I know it's ugly and all that, but like they are playing defense, tough but defense. And so I gotta give credit to Miami for hanging in there this long, but they're dead. Like, they're just dead. And I know they lost on a fluke last night. Not a fluke, but I'm just saying, like, they could have easily won that game. And it was just bad luck on their part. But someone could have boxed out the inbounder. But like, Miami is dead. I don't see how they can come into this game and compete, but they still are. They just are. And kudos to Jimmy Butler for them competing, because most of these guys are just shooters. They're just shooters. They can do a few dribbles and then spot up and then shoot. But really, like, Jimmy is playing crazy defense. He's trying to do it all. He's trying to rebound, assist, all this stuff. I wish he'd chill out with that stuff and just focus on scoring. But, like, he's doing everything he can. This man is wobbly. Like, he's coming into Game 7. We'll see if he's got any legs left. I mean, we saw in the bubble when he was leaning on the wall in Game 6 after, putting up all them points against L.A. Like, it was like, bro, how long
back and scored only 12 points.
And so I just, if he can pull this out, kudos, but it's going to be the ugliest finals ever, because
I was just about to say, just imagine if they do win tonight. I mean, if the Heat win tonight, Denver's going to win in 4 games. Like, they're going to be extremely dead to even make this a competitive finals, though, in my opinion. Like,
so, like,
but I'm going to be honest.
Because I want to see Miami pull this off, but I also want to see a competitive finals, so I kind of need Boston to pull this off.
But
I do believe this, though. To your point, Walt, I think they would have won in 4 regardless.
I don't know though. But if you think about it, because we just said that how they looking right now, they're extremely tired. Just imagine if Miami could have got the job done in 4 or 5. They would have had that about a week off, because the first game is not until next Thursday.
But what I'm saying is, no matter who comes out this game, them legs dead, bruh.
No, but you're not.
Boston's deeper though. Boston can throw 3 point guards at you. Like that's something they
legs dead too. They've been playing. They've been in the same 7-game series as Miami.
Yeah, but they have 3 extra players. They have 3 extra players. Do you know how many minutes that is that takes off of you? Like, I'm just saying, like, Boston is much more rested right now than Miami. That's all my point is.
How the hell are they more rested?
I mean, but you look at it. Look how they kind of with the rotation too. Like, if say like later in the game, Missoula will let Tatum he'll let Tatum play for like maybe about 5-10 minutes, and then he'll switch out Brown, and then he'll have him like go with some of the bench players or something like that. But what I'm pretty much trying to say is he's able to switch his star players out. Miami can't really switch their star players out right now because they don't have the bodies.
You want to bet?
They don't have the bodies.
You want to make a bet?
What?
Whoever
bet on what?
Game gets swept anyway.
What? Boston? Hell yeah, I want to make that bet.
All right.
But you said it's going to be a sweep either way. And
yes, either way. You're playing Game 7 Monday and then Game 1 on Thursday. You ain't got no time to rest. You don't have any. And then you got to travel to Denver at that. When you traveling? Wednesday?
They're going to probably lose the first game for sure, most definitely. But I don't see it being a sweep if it's Boston.
All right. So let me ask you this. Who's guarding the Joker? Who guarding Joker? Either one of them.
I don't know yet because we don't know. We got to find out after tonight. So
you know it's either Robert Williams or it's Bam. Come on, man.
I don't know yet. You know what I'm saying? It could be Robert Williams and Grant Williams together guarding them. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You feel me? It just
stop.
We got to see after tonight. So I don't know yet. But like I said, I do say Boston's winning tonight. So that's another conversation for another day, man. That's another conversation for another day.
I got Miami close.
Okay.
I got them pulling away late. I got them by 5.
I hope you're wrong because Miami about to get some whooped.
I don't think so. But
hold on.
Fatigue is still a problem for either team.
But in Game 7, Boston has played in 36 Game 7s and won 27 of them. That's pretty impressive. That's impressive.
I think I need to go back what we said. If Miami does win tonight, it is going to be a sweep. So
but
if Boston win, it's not going to be a sweep. I'll put it like that.
Okay.
I'll put it like that. Now, we can bet on that for sure. But
if Boston loses in the conference finals or the finals, are they the new Buffalo Bills?
It could be.
This current team, not obviously the all-time Celtics have a ton of titles, but I'm just saying.
Oh, but I see what you're saying, and they could be. They could be, yeah.
I mean, a finals, 4 conference finals, or it'll either be 2 finals losses and 3 conference final losses, or 1 finals loss and 4 conference finals loss. Either way, I think they're starting to creep up near Bills territory. We're like, what else do you need? What else do you need to get done?
But to that point, though, ain't this like their 3rd head coach?
Yeah,
I agree with that.
Yeah, Stevens, and then
I think if you still got Ime Udoka there, and let's just say hypothetically he was coaching in this series. For one, I don't think this series would have went 7. Because I think he would have had them prepared for Miami from jump.
Yeah, I think a little bit of this you have to give credit to Eric Spoelstra. I mean, I don't think I think he just got.
No, I didn't say they was getting swept. I'm just saying they would have got Miami out of there a lot sooner than being down 0-3. Then you got to play the game of your life to tie it up 3-3. That's what I believe.
Yeah.
And I think they would have. I mean, because Steph is gonna be Steph. You can't. It's nothing you can do about that. When my man pulling up from half court, it's only so much guarding you can do. Like, come on. But I think Denver presents a bigger problem with a Joker and a Murray. Murray. I ain't gonna say he got Steph range, but when he get hot, he get hot.
And we could see Murray collapse. I mean, the finals are a different animal. The playoffs, Murray always gets better in the playoffs, and I've always had his back on this. But we saw Westbrook, we saw the point guards, whatever. They get to the finals, it's a different animal. And so if Murray collapses, that's the Nuggets. You know what I mean? Like I don't know if Jokic.
If he collapses, they still got plenty of pieces that can pick it up.
Right, I get that, but I'm just saying, like, if Boston can roll and keep and actually can, because remember they have 2 top 5 defensive point guards the last 2 years with Smart and White. Both these guys finished All NBA #1 the last 2 years. Smart last year, White this year. So I'm just saying, like, if they can lock up Murray, Boston is not out of the series. And remember, they have 3 point guards. They can throw point guards at Murray all night long.
But I think
but one of your point guards is having a hand issue in Brogdon, though. So technically, only down to 2.
But I think to that point,
he's not.
I think to that point, you still can't.
Murray can't play every minute.
They're gonna be small, like the Lakers.
My point is that if anybody can have somebody slack off, it could be Denver. Boston can't have none of their stars slack off, because if Murray slack off, the Joker can pick up the pieces. If Murray slacks off, Porter Jr. can pick up the pieces. You know what I'm saying? Or Aaron Gordon. Shit, he just scored 20 points.
Right. So that's where I think Denver has the advantage too, is because I don't think their guys can just straight up defend Jaylen Brown or Tatum, but they're long, and so plays where they might be out of position, they can cover a lot of ground. Aaron Gordon,
I think they presented the same
ground that
like,
even though they can't defend, they can get there.
They gave the Lakers that same problem. The Lakers like, all right, we'll go small, but it's like, bro,
team defense.
I got 6'8" and Gordon, 6'10", and Porter Jr. Just put your hand up. Don't go for the pump fake. If you don't go for the pump fake, you'll be fine. And they did.
Jokic got AD a couple times that pump fake. You can't fall for it.
No, but the thing is, Jokic can shoot. So it's like you do have to go for it, because he did before the end of the third quarter. He knocked that deep 3 down.
That was garbage.
Hey.
Yeah, he got a lot of those in that Lakers series. That's how you know that the Denver was just on fire, though. I think he got like 6 of those the whole damn series, bro. It was just
the whole team was hitting those garbage shots.
That's how you know it just might be Denver's year, man. Just based off of that series and just their health, they're the most healthiest team right now. So Denver.
I'm just not with Nico. I'm not counting Boston out. If Boston wins the series, there's a shot they win the finals. If Miami wins the series, it's over.
Over. I agree. I don't know if Boston is going to win the series, but I do say Boston's going to make it more competitive than Miami. That's why I had to switch up.
You got to think about it like this. They just played Game 6 against Atlanta, 7 against Philly, 7 against Miami.
I agree with you. They're gassed.
Them legs are about to be done.
I agree with you. They're gassed. But these guys have been here before. These guys have been this deep in the playoffs almost every single year. So this is not something new. This is like LeBron going for the 10th time. Like he's been here before.
Break, like a pump the brakes.
So like LeBron, they're probably going to lose. But
pump the brakes.
But they've been here before. I don't think they're unprepared for this moment. I don't think they're unprepared. I agree with you. They're gassed, but they've been here before. Denver's never been here before.
I hear that.
Here's what they're not prepared for: that altitude in Denver. That's what no one's prepared for.
Man, that's the advantage right there too, man.
I hear you 100%. But your mind can tell you anything. Your legs are gonna tell you something different. Like, bruh, we done played in damn near 3 7-game series back to back to back. And now you want us to look, man. Them knees gonna be like, look, dog. I'm trying. But it's only
I think that's what they need to do. They need to start practicing, like playing in some lighter atmosphere. That's what they need to start practicing for.
Yeah, they got the advantage, man. They just
that's the case. Go to Denver tonight. Go to Denver tonight. Whoever wins, go straight to Denver. That's the best way to prepare for it.
Yeah, just start hooping in gyms out there.
Exactly. And go to University of Colorado or something and call Coach Prime. Hey,
so are we all saying the Nuggets is going to take it? Just depending on who.
No, I'm saying it depends who wins tonight.
So we saying 2 Nuggets and 1 Boston.
I'm still riding with Nuggets because they're my original pick from the
No. Keep that energy. You want Boston, right?
No, he did. He did say.
Are you saying what we want? What we want? I mean, I want Miami to win it all. So yeah.
You must got a bet or something on that. That's
Right, like, what are you doing? What kind of bet odds?
No, you said what do we want? What I want is Miami to win it all. I want to see Jimmy Butler win that ring.
It's all just because of Butler. Okay.
But,
Jimmy Butler
but
not
like,
winning.
yeah. But I'm sticking with Denver because they're my original pick.
Okay. Fair enough. So I'm guessing we all picking the Nuggets. Me and Nico got that little bet on
Boston.
But look, man, I say it depends on whoever wins. That's what we're gonna leave it at that. So yes, bro. I'm not about to. No, you're not about to pull a skip and shut it, bro.
And make sure if you're commenting, or make sure if you're watching, comment. We definitely want to, we want a little feedback, and we will respond to any comments, obviously. But yeah, definitely comment if you're watching.
So, hell yeah, like you said, make sure y'all keep liking, sharing, subscribing, comment, because like I said, at the end of the day, you guys' opinions matters just as much as ours, if not more than ours. You feel me? So
more than Nico's.
So again, we appreciate y'all joining us on this beautiful Memorial Day Monday. Hope everybody have a good holiday. Like I said, like, share, subscribe. I think we at 149 right now, making progress. So hey, let's keep helping us go on this beautiful journey. So it's your boy Big Wart, my boy Nico Suave, looking suave in the mofo. My boy John, hardest working man in showbiz.
Got that Paris Saint-Germain.
Huh?
Got the PSG shirt on. I like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm about to say he always got a lot of t-shirts on. You know what I'm saying? He don't never hook up the team though, but it's cool.
Wow. Mbappe is my cousin.
You never know. You may be
appreciate y'all. Go with them Tyreeks. Y'all have a good day. Beautiful Monday. Enjoy the rest of y'all Memorial Day.